Hi guys, and welcome back. Today's video, I just thought we would sit and have a chat and colour and spend some time together and just chill because it's been a while, and the weather's pretty meh here right now, so why not? Let's just I'm just going to turn my screen ever so slightly. I'm working finally in the Mythographic Voyage by Joseph Cattimbang. I've wanted to play in this book since I got it ages ago, and just sat down one day and thought, well, why am I not? I really feel like I've gotten back into my colouring the last few weeks. I've just really been enjoying it and working on my pages again, as evidenced by this one. I'm actually making a bit of a dent into something for a change, and I just fancied something that was a little bit more detailed, a bit of a challenge, something a bit fun. I have noticed I'm into colouring again but not into finishing anything yet, so I do have a couple of whips set aside again, ready and waiting for me to come back to, but it is what it is. I have learned over the time that I have been into this hobby that it's a hobby. It's best not to force it. If I don't want to colour something, why am I colouring it? Move on, come back to it later or not. It is what it is. And I'm really enjoying this page. Got a mix of all kinds of pencils going on. Got some acrylic paint on it. I've got some Artex, some of the Brute Funa 520, some Prisma. Really having a play and an adventure. Why not? I was kind of getting over the green thing, so that's why I'm starting to play with a few of the other elements on the page, because so much green. And apart from that, what? Oh yes, the weather. I feel like I've caused the weather, to be honest. A few weeks ago, me and my friend from work decided we would do a car boot. Because I've got like crafting goodies and bits and pieces and all kinds of stuff that might sell at a car boot. So, and I think she has a load of clothes and things like that she wants to get rid of. So we set our date for the end of the month and, like, you know, super excited, let's do that. And it's rained ever since. And of course there's no real point doing a car boot in the rain because it's not going to be a very successful car boot. So it was supposed to be next weekend, and as we slowly get closer and closer to it, I think the inevitable is going to happen and we're going to have to postpone it. I think it's going to be far too wet, unfortunately, to be doing anything car booty at the moment. So that happened, never mind. Hopefully at some point, maybe in August, we'll get a bit more drier weather coming back again and get one set up and organised real quick while the weather's still going to allow us to do it, I guess. But I'm excited for that. I think it might be fun. Hopefully get rid of some stuff. I've watched all of Lily's declutter and what she's keeping, her book declutter videos and stuff like that, and it's made me want to do another book declutter. So see about getting back into that, maybe. Go through my shelves again. I've been super working on my craft room as of late. I've purchased all the missing pencil case that I needed. I bit the bullet, bought all the pencil cases. Because if they're not in a pencil case, I just don't use my pencils. They just sit there and they just don't get pulled out. So I did manage to grab I think I've recently got the Indra Creative, their macaron set, so I'm just going to need a pencil case for that now. But apart from that, everything's in cases. I've been sorting out my kind of card making items, trying to set those up in a more usable fashion. All my card stock. I have brought I've added another bookcase into the craft room, and I've turned my craft table sideways into the room so that I had a bit more space to, well, cram a few more things in around me. I think my craft room's definitely at its maximum kind of storage potential now, so we'll definitely have to add very specific rooms for rules for anything entering this craft space at this point. As you guys know, I've really cut down on book purchases, being quite strict. About those, unless it's a favourite author, illustrator, and then they're kind of the only ones I'm buying at the moment. I mean, I have that many books, it's not like I really feel like I'm missing out on anything. It's actually been a little bit nice to get to some of my books. I feel like I've worked in a few of the ones that have been sat around waiting for my attention for a little while. Especially now, as I say, the last few weeks, that I've been feeling a little bit more of that kind of colouring, crafty kind of mood. Actually got a few, bear with me, my pencil sharpener is not happy with my Prisma right now. Actually got a few pages finished so far this month, which is probably the most I've done for a while, which was nice. I kind of feel rather accomplished there, and I do think it was kind of just sitting and doing a couple of pages that has kind of reminded me how fun they are. What else? I suppose I've had a few of, you guys know I'm a gamer if you watch me, and I've had a few of my favourites come out just lately, so it was inevitable that my other hobbies would take a hit. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, big Final Fantasy fan, and of course, if any of you are gamers too, you know number 16 just came out, so dropped off the face of the earth a few days there. And I'm also a massive, I love Nintendo, and I'm a massive Switch fan, and I really like the Pikmin series, and they just launched a few kind of remasters of older Pikmin games ready for the new one that's coming out at the end of this month. So I've been playing those as well. Very excited for Pikmin 4. Childishly excited. But yeah, a little bit bummed about the car boot, to be honest, but hopefully it means it's delayed rather than cancelled. Hopefully I can still do it in August sometime. Would be nice, to be honest. My dad's already dropped his junk off. Ready, like, oh well, while you're doing that, here's some more stuff. So I hope so, because otherwise I'm stuck with that now as well until I do find something to do with it. And I've kind of batched up the jewellery that I've made so far and packaged and packed that, because I thought, you know, I'll put that up and see if that does any good at all. See if I can sell some of my jewellery, that would be nice. You never know, you don't know if you don't try, so have a go at that as well, I think. So you guys know how I struggle to talk while I'm trying to concentrate. Probably should have done an easier bit. But yeah, I feel like my craft room, sorting out my craft room has helped as well. It was getting a little bit messy, a little bit of stuff everywhere. I sat and made some decisions about things that I'm just not using and not going to use, and you know, why am I holding on to them? Stack those up, ready to hopefully go. I pulled all my jewellery making stuff out. It was kind of just tucked away into a big drawer because I hadn't been using it, so I've given that some shelf space as well to give some room so that when I do feel like doing it, it's a little bit more accessible, because I have noticed that, you know, that's the problem with these hobbies sometimes. If I have to go digging around for it all and pull it out of places, and I can't just sit and craft and have access to what I need. And I am lazy enough that it does put me off having to bother kind of faffing about with it all. So tried to make those as accessible as possible as well. Hopefully that will help me. I did have a play with clay jewellery making though. I've got the oven bake version, and I really enjoyed that. I made some fun little pieces, not too bad for a first try, not amazing. I'm getting better. So I bought a couple of little moulds as well, and I surprised myself by how much I enjoyed doing that actually. It was quite fun and easier to do than I thought it was going to be. If you can hear my dog snoring in the background, apologies. That's kind of what Frenchies do. They snore loud often. I don't know if my phone will actually pick it up or not. You might not, but you might be completely oblivious and it doesn't matter, but just so you know what that weird noise in the background is. It's a snoring Frenchie. He made me forget what I was talking about. No idea. Jewellery, accessible, clay, that was it. I do love these pages. They're it's a fabulous book. And let's be honest, I'll be about 150 before I probably ever got halfway through this thing. What else? Ooh, if you guys saw my swatch book video, I showed you how to kind of create a nice versatile swatch book that will kind of grow as you do, and I've been really putting a lot of time and effort into building that up into you know, a full padded out swatch version of all my pencils. I've got quite a lot. I've even got some of my markers in there, and I'm even in the middle, yes, are you ready for this, of swatching my Brute Funa 520. I have proof. In fact, I'm further than the middle. I'm on page 4. And I even bought some usable pencil cases for the Brute Funas as well, so I'll be able to get them out and use them a little bit more, because they're in a massive case on top of my chest of drawers, and because of that, not chest of drawers, bookcase, and because of that I just never ever use them. Again, too lazy to fish them out. so I'm hoping that will help. And surprisingly, a weird thing happened to me halfway through creating this swatch book. I actually started to enjoy the swatching. I know. It's actually started to be a little bit relaxing. So yeah, I've swatched like a million different pencils and padded it out, and I'm really hoping it's going to be a really useful, versatile piece of kit. It's seeming to be so far. You can only kind of really tell by usage over time, but am I even on screen? Really, Emma? After all these years, you still can't remember. So yeah, it's I will add it into my next completed pages video. I'll pop it at the end. I'll show you how it's coming along and how it's looking for reference, because I'm quite pleased with how it's shaping up so far. It's turned out to be very useful. But yeah, I'm surprised even myself with those, to be honest. It's like I've brainwashed myself by repeating the same process so many times. I now enjoy the swatching. I've yet to find a swatch chart for my Felissimos. I'm one more subscription month off the complete set for them. So I bought the two 250 pencil cases ready. So I even have pencil cases for my Felissimo ready to go. Just need to find a decent swatch chart. If you guys know of one, please do let me know. And yeah, I still have I've got a few more swatch charts to find. I kind of, you know, I'm a bit fussy about the ones that I want to use, because I like them to be on as few pages as possible. I don't have to, I mean, my 520 book through that I get, I'm going to have to turn a few pages for that. But when they're a normal set, I really do prefer them to be all on one page. So I even managed to buy a swatch chart for my Ohuhu 340 that was only on 2 pages, which is pretty good because I can put them all into one. So they're like a left and right page in my swatch book, so they're together, which I was quite impressed with that when I found it. And this hobby really does lead into vast little arrays of little offshoot hobbies, really, doesn't it? You can see why I kind of needed a break from the grain, especially with how slow, you guys know, I work through things. It was becoming to be a little bit too much greenery, but I do find that kind of having that little break and just working on some other elements really does help. And overall, I'm rather enjoying the page, to be honest. Enjoying it a lot. And I'm sure you guys have noticed that I've done a few more videos just lately, so I'm back to filming and being able to be a bit more present. Had a few things going on that required attention and made it quite difficult to have the time to colour and film. I've had some weird health stuff going on. I don't have any news on info on that front, I'm afraid. Just had some like very strange issues with numbness and odd symptoms. All seems to be okay at the moment, so not to worry. But I am like a human pincushion at the moment. Just a lot of blood tests last few weeks. While they're trying to work out whatever was going on that would make half my face and my hand numb. Had a rough couple of days in the beginning because the first doctor I saw thought I was having a stroke. It's not, by the way. I'm not having a stroke. That was a few weeks ago now. That was a decent 12 hours in A&E. It wasn't particularly fun when you're already feeling rather unwell. So yeah, who knows? Strange things. But apart from that, I feel alright in myself, so we're just carrying on till we get a bit more information, really. Not a lot other than that you can do, is there? But not to worry, guys. Like I say, just a few odd things going on. But at least I have got my colouring mojo back. And I'm left-handed, which is good. So this hand works fine when we're away. Just starting to look around this page and notice how many lily pads there are. I really have the urge now not to do my frogs in green. Just not sure really what colour I would do them if they're not green. It's, I suppose I could just do like a yellow green and change the tone, but it's whether I'm just not going to want to do anything green by that point. I'm not really sure. Hard to tell how I'm going to feel about it when I get through all these. Maybe I'll just wait. I might leave them till last, and then could always make them some kind of tropical rainforest frog in bright purple or something. That's a thing, isn't it? I've seen them. Seen them on the telly. I know there's bright coloured ones that are highly poisonous. As I'm sure you will want to know, the Artex pencils work really nice in here. The Brute Vuna 520, not as keen on, and surprisingly the Prisma, I'm not sure they're my favourite. I think a drier pencil is a little bit nicer on this paper, more like your kind of polychromos kind of thing. I bet they work really nice in here. I really need to do a what pencil, what paper update. It's been ages. I did just film a colour combos video though, and if that's already out, I'll pop it in the description if I remember. I never do know what way I'm going to put these videos up. I just like to sit and film a load and then sit and edit a load and then kind of sit and work out the schedule, so they can end up a little bit all over the place sometimes. I filmed a haul, so fun stuff ahead. What else have I filmed? It wasn't that long ago. Should be able to remember that at least. No, it's gone. You'll find out. It's probably better being a surprise anyway. Didn't want all the suspense to be gone. Ooh, I did film the Amberly tagged me very kindly in the mid-year review tag, so I did do that one. That was fun. I think I'm going to put that one up today, so that will already be up. Yeah, I am. Decision made. Going to release that one first. So I did tag a couple of people and then realised just how busy Corey is and maybe regret tagging her, so Corey, if you're watching this, you can ignore the tag. I don't mind. She's started her own Etsy and she's selling wax melts and they look really, really beautiful. And I know she's just trying to get to grips with time management and sorting all that out. So I think she's pretty busy at the moment. What? I think I'm out of things. This is my problem, you see. When you don't go out much, and you don't do a lot, I think the people that do a colour and chat every week are pretty amazing to have enough going on. To have plenty to chat about. Because that's definitely not mine. I suppose it doesn't help that, I think I've mentioned this before, that obviously a lot of my time at work is confidential. So I have a billion funny stories that I cannot share. Sorry guys. Lots of fun stuff going on all the time that you don't get to know. But them's the rules. Sorry about that. We have started, me and my husband have started going out for our lunch on the weekend, like trying a new place each time, and that's been really nice. We went to a beautiful little cafe last weekend, kind of walked down to it, ate our lunch, and then it was quite nice that day, so we got ice creams and walked back to the car with them, and it was just one of those really nice moments, like really nice mornings. Just just stood wandering around and had nice lunch, had a right nice chat, had a right nice time. It's nice to just spend quality time sometimes where you're not editing or reading texts or watching TV, or we both have hobbies, so there's no divided focus. We just try and spend a little bit actual time together every now and again. When you've been together a long time, it's kind of important to try and do that. And we find it makes a big difference for us, and nice. It's just nice. Reminds you why you picked that person to spend your life with, because you enjoy spending your time with them and chatting and sharing your week or whatever's going on. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Let's see. That's where I'm at so far. There's how he's looking. I'm really kind of pleased with how it's turning out so far. As annoying as all that greenery was to do, I think it's coming out quite nicely. I love these little roses. I like the pink and the white that I've chosen. I think once they're all in, that's going to complement the page quite nicely. I know this is rather odd, just the black in the background, but I just kind of really liked that very stark black complement to the page, and I'm not sure I'm even going to put any stars in because I'm not very good at that. They never look right when I add stars, so it may just stay as a completely flat black background. But yeah, I think it's starting to come together quite nicely. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see. Apart from that, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful week. Happy colouring, happy crafting, happy whatever you're doing. I hope the weather is not quite as wet for you guys. And if you're planning a car boot, it turns out better and you manage to get it done. Have any of you ever done car boots, by the way? Have you got any tips and tricks for me? Anything useful that I need to know for when I do it? Because always appreciated. Pop them in the comments below or message me. That would be fabulous. And apart from that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.